possibly may mga questions na we might not have at this time, at the specific time. We might not be able to, we might not have the answers yet. But rest assured, guys, yung mga questions, and we'll take note of that, and then we'll make sure that we're able to answer that immediately. No? All right. So, ano ko na to? No? So, without further delay, Sir Ed, ginawa na rin kitang host, no? So si Sir Ed yung magpe-present ng first few parts dito, ng first slides, and then I'll continue with the rest. Okay, Sir Ed?
Okay. Okay, so first we start with the objective of the practicum. To give students a meaningful exposure in finance-oriented firms through an OJT from home modality or research assistantship for a minimum of 200 or 300 hours. So 300 hours for ID 118 and above. So to serve as research assistants to faculty members of the department on finance topics to be discussed with the advisor. Program policies and guidelines. Practicum guidelines, students should have finished all the required prerequisites for BS MFI and other academic requirements. In exceptional cases, the student may be allowed to take practicum even if they still have some academic subjects left, as long as they only have one term left after the practicum and thesis term. The students may opt to engage in any of the following. Option A, conduct OJT from home from a company duly approved. Option B, be engaged as a research assistant with a designated faculty. For choosing option A written waiver must be obtained from his or her parents or guardian. The no waiver, no OJT policy will be strictly enforced. Students are required to render 200 or 300 internship hours from a company of their choice. ID 118 onwards, 300 internship hours. Not required to do overtime, but if they wish to render the 200 or 300 hours ahead and accomplish it immediately, they may do so. Practicum hours rendered during suspension of classes shall not be counted. HTE's suspension guidelines should be complied with accordingly. Students are responsible to the HTE for the deliverables of the OJT program. Required number of internship hours, final written output, initial documents, assessment of student performance. Students will only be allowed to start with the internship after the Office of the University Legal Counsel, OULC, has given clearance to the required documents.
Dali naghang. Naghang. Ay. Sorry guys, ha. I-minimize ko na lang para ano. Saan tayo natapos, sir? Dito, ano? Yan. Okay.
Ayan, Yan. Okay, HT is the host training establishments. Training establishments, HTE requirements, must be a juridical entity or corporation or government agency duly registered with the respective regulatory body, SEC, LGU, etc. Tasks and activities that students should be 100% work from home, should not be engaged in manufacturing or distributing alcoholic beverages, cigarettes, condoms, or products not properly registered in the Philippines. No? Uh, we also do not allow companies uh, who engage in casino operations. Next, should be known to engage in finance-oriented and related activities. Undergraduate practicum process. Okay, so stage 1 is the orientation. Okay, so department orientation is conducted to provide a walkthrough for students, guiding them on the process they will go through for their OJT. No? It will also prepare and equip them on expectations in finishing the last requirement of their program. So timeline conducted 1 month before the start of the term. Activities, so walkthrough of the process, discussion of the policies and guidelines, alignment of timelines. Stage 2, application. Students are expected to apply to any organization that is willing to participate and comply to the terms provisioned under the OJT program. So timeline, immediately after the orientation. Activities, students will be given, although this is not applicable at the moment, this is the first time to do this. So kaya at the moment, we do not have the list of companies. No? So students will be so you apply on your own. So you look or you search for a company that can give you a work from home arrangement. And
Sir Ed,
then,
may I? Uh,
yes,
yung sinabi nga ni Sir Ed, hindi pa tayo makakapagbigay ngayon ng list, no, ng mga companies that allow engagement on a work from home basis. Pero what we can do, siguro Sir Ed, yung mga dating companies na na face to face, we can provide them with that list, and maybe pwedeng mag-shortlist sila doon sila doon sila pipili, no?
okay.
No, we can provide you with a short list. We can ask that from Mr. Rene Cortero, yung coordinator last term. Tapos i-upload ko na lang dun sa G Drive natin para at least may idea kayo kung ano mga companies ang nag-face-to-face na tinatanggap yung mga students natin. Pero ngayon, hindi natin alam kung tumatanggap sila ng work from home. Okay, thank you, Sir Ed.
Okay. Uh, the students will be given a checklist of initial documents required by the university to go through the OJT process. Then stage 3, initial documents. Students will complete the listed initial documents for the OJT program required by the university to enlist them for advisor assignments. So timeline, week 14 of term 1. No? So this
Ay, Sir Ed, sorry, may correction pala dito, no? Kasi will complete Completion na pala to. So, TBA pa rin to, no? Kasi next week na yung week 14. Actually, this week na. Completion na pala to, no? So, sorry. So, this is, dapat, lagay muna natin before the term, before term 2, before term 2 begins, no? So as much as possible, dapat na kompleto na yung mga documents nila bago magsimula pa yung term. Thank you, Sir Ed.
Activities. Once the student is ready to submit the initial documents, so email the Practicum coordinator. Okay, so for PRCFIN1, so please email me. And then for PRCFIN2, please email Mr. Bailon. The Practicum coordinator will reply with a secured Google Drive link for the group to upload the initial documents. Students to create their folder for their submission. Once all documents have been properly accomplished, endorsed, and uploaded on the Google Drive link, please inform the Practicum coordinator by sending an email. After the deadline, the Practicum coordinator will via email to ULC or will email. Okay, so stage 4, advisor assignment, OULC will give clearance to the submitted documents. After the OULC requirements have been cleared, the assigned Practicum coordinator will inform student of approval. So timeline before or at the start of term 2.
Okay, so thank you, Sir Ed. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Okay, sige. So far, wala pa naman. Okay, let me walk you through the initial document requirements. So dalawang klaseng initial document requirements natin. One is to be submitted to the department, FMD, to the Practicum coordinator. And another set to be submitted actually to the Practicum coordinator din, pero para sa OULC yun. Okay, so let me walk you through that. So these are the department requirements. So ito isasubmit sa department to the Practicum coordinator for the purpose of compiling for the department. No? Ano-ano yon? Number 1, acceptance letter from the company. So nag-apply kunyari sa RCBC, tapos natanggap ka. Kailangan merong written notification from RCBC that you have been accepted to the OJT program. So kailangan natin to as proof na pumayag si RCBC na tanggapin kayo sa sa OJT. And then we have to have parent certification of permission. Although work from home naman, although pwedeng sabihin nyo, bakit pa waiver na inaalaw ng parents yung OJT na work from home. Kahit na work from home pa rin yan, kailangan pa rin, no? Kailangan pa rin, require pa rin natin yan na merong isa-sign yung parent na waiver na they're allowing you to do this OJT from home. And then third document, student information sheet. Okay? Ito yung pinakamahirap kasi ang tatanungin sa inyo dyan yung pangalan nyo, no? ID number. So ito yung pinakamahirap na i-fill up. Walang reaction. Grabe, no? Okay, next. Kailangan natin ng digital copy ng EAF. No? So with the student's e-signature and official receipt as proof of payment. Bakit kailangan to? Para ma-ensure lang yung department na enrolled nga talaga kayo sa Practicum. Kasi i-assign natin kayo sa advisor. So, kung ano pala, kung hindi pala kayo enrolled, no? Tapos inassign sa supervisor, magkakaroon tayo ng problema. So this is just to avoid any problems later on, no? Tapos OULC requirements, ito isasabit natin sa OULC. This will be submitted to the advice to the practicum coordinator, and the practicum coordinator will be the one to send this to OULC. Take note, hindi kayo didiretso sa legal legal department natin, no? This will be coursed through the practicum coordinator. Okay? I-email niyo sa practicum coordinator, katulad sinabi ni Sir Ed. Tapos magkakreate kami ng Google Drive, tapos doon yung ipapasok yung mga documents na to. Okay, so what are these? MOA, OJT, institutional MOA, student MOA, internship plan, at saka yung joint IRF, at saka FRF. So there are 4 documents that we need to submit online to OULC. Okay, deadline natin, kaya nga tayo nagsimula na ngayon ng orientation para ma-process yun na guys yung pag-a-apply, ma-process yun na mga documents na to. Tapos, pag na-sign na yan, kunyari institutional MOA, kasi sa-sign din ng ng company. Tapos ibabalik natin dun sa sa OULC para i-check nila. And the OULC will need, or sabi nila mga 8 days bago sila sumagot. So kailangan natin yung lead time, no, para ma-process natin yung MOA natin. Yung OJT MOA, well, hindi naman masyadong problema to. Mas problematic talaga yung institutional MOA. And then yung internship plan, required din to, at saka yung IRF na, at saka FRF. Okay? Then we go to yung department requirements, yung sinasabi natin. Acceptance letter, para may proforma, pwede na to, no? Yung date, address to ng company sa practicum coordinator, no? Dear Mr. Siyempre, sasabihin nyo dun sa kung sino yung practicum coordinator nyo. Tapos in confirmation that this is to confirm that our companies, this is to confirm our company's acceptance of the practicum of Mr. Miss for trimester, of course, second term, and school year 2021. For your information, yan, yung company representative na dapat sign to. So this should be sent to the practicum coordinator as confirmation. So that's the first document. Yung second document is yung waiver. Okay, meron na rin tayong template na pwede yung gamitin na lang, tapos sa-sign na lang sa-signan nyo at saka sa-signan ng parent nyo. This is to certify that I'm allowing my son or daughter to start the practicum for the period. Okay, term 2, company name and address. It is understood that he or she will abide by the rules and regulations that may be imposed by the facilitators or staff in charge of the company for the welfare and safety of the, so hindi to group, dapat student to, of the student. Okay. I fully agree to waive any responsibility on the part of the LSU, the sponsoring organization, or the staff in charge in case of any untoward incident that may happen to my son or daughter during the duration of the activity. Of course, ito guys, parang in a sense, imposible naman mangyari to unless may mga bagay na nagawa digitally. I think that will be a totally different matter. So signed by you, signed by your parent. This should also be sent to the practicum coordinator. Again, meron tayong dun sa G Drive. Dun yung ipapasok to. Everything will be online. And then yung student information, okay, may document din yan, full name, etc. So this is very self-explanatory. And then make sure that the subjects that is required before you can take practicum, dapat ilagay nyo dito. No? Tapos yung final grade. And then classes this term, yung schedule nyo. And then if you're a member of any school organization. Okay. Clear so far, guys? Wala namang questions? So yung una kanina, yung department requirements. Pangalawa, yung OULC. Now, any OJT, guys, hindi pa pwedeng, ang maximum is 5 months. Yung nakalagay sa yun ang required ng OJT, no? ng OULC. Sa atin, well, isang term sa atin kasi mga 4 months, di ba? So sa atin, constrained to by our, the months that we have for one term. may provision na exceptions na I think this is for other departments. Sa atin hindi to relevant. Now, si DLSU will maintain a pool of qualified HTE. Ang HTE nga pala, ibig sabihin host training establishment. Yung mga company where we will have our partnership as far as OJT is concerned. Dapat, sabi ni Sir Ed kanina, dapat duly recognized as a juridical entity. Corporation, hindi pa pwedeng partnership, no? Corporation or any government, GOC, I think pa pwede. GOC, kunwari, DBP, no? Development Bank of the Philippines. Those are GOCC yun. Okay, so ito yung provide appropriate insurance for the coverage of students. Again, hindi siya relevant kasi hindi naman tayo yung face-to-face. No? DLSU and HCA to assign their own internship coordinator. So tayo, meron tayong internship coordinator, si Sir Ed sa PRCFIN1, ako sa PRCFIN2. Tapos yung HT din dapat meron tayong coordinator with them. Si HT dapat mag-issue ng completion within 2 weeks after the end of the OJT. Kasi kailangan pa natin yung grade, no? Kailangan yan para magbigay ng grade sa OJT nyo. Parent or guardian should sign yung sa consent. Tapos, required documents must be submitted for review to the practicum coordinator to OULC. At least 8 working days before the start of the OJT period. So anong ibig sabihin nito? Hindi kayo pwedeng mag-OJT na wala pang approval ng OULC. Okay, so hindi natin pa pwede i-advance yan. Kunyari, may date nun sa OULC. Kunyari, ang date nun, March 10. Example lang. So any OJTRs rendered before March 10, kunyari March 1, will not be counted. Okay? So, well, nasa inyo yun kung kunyari, in-approve na kayo, tapos gusto nyo mag-start na doon kahit wala pa officially na approval ng OULC. It really is up to you. However, guys, that the hours rendered before the approval of OULC will be considered null and void. Hindi siya kasama. Sa pagbilang ng hours nyo. Again, guys, pag 117 and below, 200 hours. 118 and above, 300. 118 pa lang naman ngayon, wala pa namang 119. Pero may mga 117 din. Okay? Yung sa endorsement ng company, kailangan e-signature of the company representative. Tapos dapat via email yung document isi-send. And then, kailangan may kasamang copy ng or scanned copy ng ID or government ID with the signature. Kasi sa sign, for example, sa MOA, sa sign yung sa sign si representative. So dapat meron parang may proof na yun nga yung signature niya. Okay, kung ayaw ng company ng e-signature, dapat yung mga documents, kunyari yung institutional MOA, dapat isa-send yon. Kung physically gusto nilang sasignan yon, isa-send via courier, no? Via courier siya. Kaso, hindi kayo pwedeng magdala, no? Hindi niyo pwedeng hand carry yung document na yon. It has to be via courier. Hindi pa pwede yung yung pupunta kayo doon personally to have it signed by the company representative. Okay? Scanned copy ito, pareho lang to. All right. Any questions, guys, so far?
Sir?
Yes, my questions?
May question lang,
Sige.
sir. Kasi
Okay.
malapit na rin kasi ako, sir, mag-start sa OJT. Tapos po, sir, kasi na-accept ako ng maaga. So,
Okay.
tanong ko lang, sir, kasi yun nga po, di ba, parang kailangan pa po i-process yung document.
Nasa iyo yun kung gusto mo, kasi kung tinanggap ka na, gusto mo mag-start, kaso hindi pa natin pwedeng mabilang yung hours lang
Okay,
naman
sir.
yun, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Ang inahabol mo talaga yung experience at saka yung yung training na makukuha mo doon, go ahead, no? Go ahead. Ang
Okay,
inaano lang
sir.
naman natin dito, yung pagbilang ng 200 hours.
Tapos, sir pala, sorry.
Oo, sige.
Yung ano po pala, kasi di ba sir, parang every form po may notary.
Yung notary, hindi na muna.
Okay,
Oo,
sir.
hindi na muna. Tinanong ko yan. So, wala pa naman silang, so far, as of our last meeting, last inquiry ko, wala pa namang kasi yung other departments, naggaganito na rin. So, hindi naman sa kanila hinihingi yung notarized na, na form ng document. So, we will assume that wala pang ganun na requirement until such time na sinabi ng OULC, from this time on, kailangan ng notarized, no?
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you for those questions.
Thank you, sir.
So again, yung 200, yung yung pag-start ng OJT, go ahead, no? Go ahead, start. Kaso nga lang, ang understanding natin, ang bilang ng ang reckoning ng bilang ng count mo dun sa 200 or 300, as the case may be, will be from the time na na-approve na ng OULC yung documents. Okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. Sige.
Thank
But
you,
I'm
sir.
happy that nag-ano ka na. Ang problema lang dyan, malaking company ba yan? Kasi kung malaking company naman, wala tayong problema dun eh.
Malaki naman, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Opo.
So, pag ganyan naman na malaki or banks na usually wala tayong problema sa ganyan. So, I don't see any reason why that will not be approved by the OULC. All right? So here are examples. Ito guys yung fill upan nyo. To make it easy for you, ibibigay din namin, ipopost ko rin tong PDF ng ng PowerPoint, no? Tapos, ito yung mga fill upan. Tapos sa side nakikita nyo guys yung how you will fill this up. Kasi ang nangyayari dati, pag fini-fill upan to mali-mali, so nagpiping-pong siya, no? Balik ng balik. Ibibigay sa OLC mali, babalik sa coordinator, ibabalik sa student mali. So para foolproof na yung natin, yung document, naglagay na tayo dito ng how this is to be answered. Yung mga yellow, yun yung fill upan natin. Okay, kunyari ito, entered into on, siyempre yung day, month, at saka 20 in Manila, etc. No? Tapos, College of, ang ilalagay nyo RBR, College of Business. Duly represented by Dean Dr. Emelina R. Sarial. Ito yung ilalagay nyo dito Okay. Tapos name of authorized representative, sino to? Yung authorized representative ng position itong position Dean. Tapos name of authorized representative si Dr. Emelina R. Sarial, herein referred to as DLSU. Okay? Tapos ilalagay dito yung company, corporation or government agency. Okay? Kung anong address niya, sino yung representative nila, yung position, yung name, etc. No? Referred to as HTE. And then degree, Bachelor of Science in Financial Management.
Bob?
Yes? Sorry.
Financial institutions.
Oh, sorry. Bachelor of Science in
Management of Financial.
Mali pala. Sorry. Financial Management subject pala. Control X.
Management.
Okay. Management of
Financial institutions.
Financial institutions. Okay, MFI. Okay. Guys, clear so far? Paki-chat nga kung clear o may question para at least alam ko kung nagkakaintindihan tayo. Paki-yes naman or no. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Michaela. Migs, thank you. Yan. Thank you. Yan. Okay, good. Salamat Okay. Anyway, guys, pag may questions pa rin kayo, you can, ang suggestion ko, kasi di ba nag-create na tayo ng FB group, mag-post kayo doon kasi Sir Ed and I will be frequenting that FB group, or you can email to us directly kung gusto nyong personally itatanong nyo lang sa amin. No? So si Sir Ed yung Practicum coordinator ng PRCFIN1, ako naman yung sa PRACFIN2. Tapos siguro at the end, ibibigay na lang namin yung email addresses namin para just in case kung hindi nyo alam, no? Alright. Tapos section 3 ng, ito rin, no? So complete starting date daw. Kaya anong ilalagay? Complete starting date. So dapat ito reminder lang, ha? Reminder na ang complete starting date from, ano ba to? From until, sandali. Complete starting date. Ito pala, no? Ito ilalagay dito, no? At least 8 working days before effectivity. So this is what you're going to write here. Complete starting date. Until complete ending date, ito yung ilalagay. Any date within term. So this should be term 2 na. Term 2. Term 2. AY 20 to 2021. No? Okay. And then, sabi dito, hours in words. So ilalagay nyo dito 200 or 300. And then dito yung XX, yung number. Okay? So ginagawa na natin tong ano, yung talagang instructional type at saka yung hopefully clear para walang vagueness, walang magiging confusion. Okay, then dito company name, kung anong company yan, College of, alam niyo, di ba? College of, yung RVR, College of Business.
Bob, excuse.
Sir Ed, yes.
Yung sa ending date, pwedeng ano, no? Before the end of the term, okay lang na mas mahaba, ano?
Oo, basta within end date, any date within term 2.
Para hindi sila kulangin sa ano.
Oo.
In case late approval, hindi hindi kapos sa time.
Oo. Ang suggestion ko, ilagay na lang yung date ng last week, no? Last week ng ng term. 'Di ba March 1 ang simula? Ano ba yung sa calendar natin? Ano ba yung week 14? Pwedeng yun ang ilagay natin. Okay. Tapos, ito College of RVR, College of Business. Tapos ito, Dr. Emilina Serial. Dean up to 1 year. Nakalagay dito, position, Dean up to 1 year of or VCA. Okay. Kung ano daw, kung yung OJT, up to 1 year lang, si Dean ang pipirma. Kung yung OJT more than 1 year, si VCA na yon. In our case naman, hindi naman naaabot ng 1 year yon. So si Dean yung pipirma. No? Okay, then here guys, DLS, name ng DLSU representative, si Dr. Emilina Arsarial. Proof of identity ito. Andiyan na, nakalagay na to. Ito na guys, yung nasa nasa document na mismo yan. So hindi na kayo magkakamali dyan. No? Okay, so it's already here. Nakalagay na siya.
Bob, correction.
Sorry, yes. Sir Ed, ano?
Middle initial ko C.
Ay, sorry. Saan ko pa nalagay yun? O nga pala, no? Sorry, Sir Ed, no? Okay, guys, take note, si Sir Ed, C yung middle initial. Hindi ka mali ako. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next, student MOA. No, ganun din, no? Para to help you guys, in yellow na yung fill upan, tapos may guide na diyan. So, if you have any questions, guys, do not be ashamed to ask questions, okay? We will never treat questions about how to fill this up as questions na ano ba naman yan? Tinatanong pa yan. Walang ganun, ha? It's better to be sure, guys, kasi pag kunyari nagkamali tayo, tulungan nyo rin kami ni Sir Ed, guys, kasi i-vet pa namin yan, titingnan din namin yan. On your end, isiguraduhin nyo na tama yung yung pag-fill up nyo para yung pag-check din namin, hindi rin kami masyado mahihirapan. Tapos mapapabilis din yung yung processing sa OULC. Yun ang goal natin. As much as possible, 0% defect, no? Yung natin, yung pag-fill up natin para smooth yung natin, yung pag-process natin. Okay, tapos ito. And then andito guys yung mga notes yung mga notes. So andito yan. Let me go back here. Here, ito. And sorry. Ito pala. The documents are here, yung OULC requirements. Yan. Yung 4 na yan. Take note, naka-yellow siya, di ba? Ayan, no? Yung MOA institutional MOA, naka-yellow siya. Pag sinave nyo yan, guys, tatanggalin nyo yung yellow color. Kasi fill upan nyo yan, fill upan nyo, and then tatanggalin nyo yung color, and then i-save nyo as Word, and then i-convert nyo as PDF. Yung isa-submit nyo is a PDF file. Okay, so PDF file ng mga to, not a Word file. Okay? I hope that's clear, no? PDF file ng mga documents niyan. Okay, can you still see the PowerPoint screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. So ito, students shall report for work remotely 9 a.m. to 5. Ano lang to, yung example lang to. Kasi baka yung company kunyari na mag-work from home kayo, baka 8 to 5 yun. So 8 o'clock, kung gusto niyo ilalagay niyo 8, depende dun sa agreement niyo. Kasi iba sa inyo, ang alam ko yung OJT na lang, no? Wala na silang yung iba nga tapos na sa thesis, OJT na lang sila. So siguro ang balak nila 8 to 5, kukompleto na. So kung ilang hours 8 hours kunyari, 200 lang sila. Ibig sabihin ilang weeks lang yun, matatapos kagad nila yun. Kasi 40 hours, let's say 1 week, 40 hours. So by the 5th week, tapos na eh. No? Kung mag-8 to 5 lang talaga, kung tutuloy-tuloy yun. Okay? So, ito may principle tayo guys dito. Wait. Yung start date, pati ako nalito Yung start date guys, let me check kung ito mismo ilalagay. Hindi ito program coordinator. This is practicum. Sir Ed, ano ba to? Ito ba yung text na to or at least 8 working days before effectivity, not counting weekends. This is from the time. Okay, yung kaya ilalagay dito. Complete starting date yung This is from the time the documents will be submitted to the practicum coordinator. So ilalagay lang natin 8 days before effectivity, not counting weekends and holidays. Yes, sir, Ed.
Kasi ang sabi ng OULC, ang processing nila 8 working days eh.
Oo, tama. Ang inaano ko lang, ang ilalagay ba dito, kasi nakakalito to eh. Baka, ang ilalagay ba dito sa complete starting date, itong text na to, yun ang inaano ko. Kasi baka yun yung nilagay dito sa starting date eh. So I think this should be a specific date, no?
It's a specific date na, at least 8 working days before the effectivity.
Oo.
So advance, no?
Oo, correct.
Oo.
Okay, sige. So punta tayo dito. And yung last guys, DLSU Internship Coordinator, either Sir Ed or I, or me, no? Tapos, company representative, tapos...
Bob, middle initial ulit.
Ay, sorry.
Okay.
Nasunod-sunod ko, Sir Ed, no? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, any questions so far, guys? Okay, don't worry guys, kunyari, kasi sa dami-dami ng information, bilang information overload. No? As you go through this, pag may mga questions kayo, please feel free to chat dun sa natin sa Facebook group or email kung PRCFIN1 kayo kay Sir Ed or me kung PRCFIN2 kayo. Alright. OJT internship plan. Required din to ng OULC. So kailangan guys, gagawa kayo ng internship plan. Ano ba yung mga so dapat this should be discussed with the HTE. Kung ano yung mga ano yung plans, ano yung mga ipapagawa, no? Okay, and then ito yung huli, no? So as of this time, kasi si Dr. Pacho pa yung magsasign. So siya mag-ano dito sa department chair. Okay, and then again, yung coordinator, either Sir Ed or I or me. Okay? And then yung tinatanong kanina na na ito yung kung notarized ba, wala naman sinasabi si OULC. So let's just leave that as is. Okay, and the last document, okay, pipila pa nyo rin to yung IRF, FRF, tapos isasabit nyo sa amin, no? Okay, department unit, financial management. Siyempre, name of signatory, yung name of signatory is the name of the student. Signatory level, leave blank. Contact person, again, si Sir Ed or me. Okay, and then local number, okay, kailangan daw yung number dito. So, Sir Ed will just provide you, yung mga PRCFIN1, will just provide you with his number. Ako, dito na may number ko. Document title, guys, itong ilalagay, no? Memorandum of Agreement between host company and student. Wait. Exacto to Memorandum of Agreement between host company and student intern. Tapos ilalagay yung yung last name, first name, and middle initial. Indicate below sa baba, no? Yung last name, first name, at saka middle initial. Okay, so ito yung title, no? And then document type, X to, OJT internship. Then the next page, ito yan. Linagyan na namin ni Sir Ed kung ano yung mga paglalagyan, no? Dito na, naka-explain siya. Okay, so I'm sure you'll be able to get that. All right? So submission process, we end here, no? So you'll be given already copies of the documents, no? So again, papakita ko dito. I'll show it here. Andito yung mga, dito sa natin, sa G Drive. Andito yung mga requirements for the department. Okay, acceptance letter, parent certification, student information, at saka yung EAF nga pala, no? Hindi lang ako naglagay dito, may EAF pa. And then, tapos yung sa naman, sa OULC, ito, no? Yung 4 na documents na to. How are you going to fill this up, guys? Fill up nyo. Yung yellow, tatanggalin nyo. Tapos, you're going to save it as a Word file, as PDF file. And then, you will inform us that you're ready with this. Tapos, bibigyan namin kayo ng access sa link nyo sa G Drive. Doon yung ipopost yung PDF. Tapos, ipapadala namin to sa OULC. Then, after mag-approval lang si OULC, inform namin kayo para officially pwede na kayo magsimula dun sa OJT nyo. I'm happy that, who was that? Kanina may nagsabi na magsisimula na siya. That's very good, no? So, documentary na lang yung yung kailangan ayusin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. That's good. So, yung iba sana medyo magtanong na kayo, maghanap-hanap na kayo. And you already have the access to these documents, no? Start filling them up, okay? Start working on them. And then, hopefully guys, bago mag-start yung term 1, so hopefully sa last week ng February, medyo na tayo, no? So ngayong month ng February, medyo magiging busy tayo sa mga submissions nyo. Tapos kami naman, isasabit namin sa OULC. So we will await the processing of OULC. So ang guys, ang ideally, maganda kung February 15, ideal lang to kung mapadala na natin sa OULC by February 15, yung mga documents, no? Kasi that means that they will have 1 week to work on that, February 15, February 22, yung week nyo, yung last week ng February, kung okay na, then ready na kayo sa start, no? Ready na kayo by first week of the term, okay, pwede na yung simula na kagad. Ngayon, teka muna, ngayon, so ang simula lang talaga ng pag-count ng OJTRs is starting with March 1, kung ready na kayo, Kasi hindi pa pwede yung before March 1 kasi officially hindi pa start ng term yun. Okay, so clarify lang natin ha. But then again guys, kung ang hinahabol nyo is the experience, is the training that you'll get, go ahead. I'd like to encourage you to do that. Kaso nga lang, again yung sinasabi ko kanina, the counting of the 300 hours for ID 118 and 200 for ID 117 and below will commence at the start of the term, March 1. Okay, so just a few more. Okay, submission instructions. Ito. Read each document carefully. Dali. Baka may nakalimutan ako dito. Okay. Pag isasubmit nyo guys, i-email nyo sa amin, no? Kay Sir Ed, edrelin.lim@blsu. Ako, juscoro.bailon@blsu. Tapos ang subject, ganito FMD UG Practicum _ initial documents in the company name. Okay? Ganun guys Meron tayong protocol na sinusunod pag magsisend kayo ng ng mga email. Okay, then the practicum coordinator will reply with a secured G drive para i-upload nyo. Take note na dapat sa G drive dalawang folder yan. Isang folder for FMD documents, isang folder for OULC. Once the documents have been properly accomplished, endorsed and uploaded to the G drive, ipapadala namin to sa OULC and the Dean's office. Okay? Tapos, ang deadline nito, sabi nga natin, as much as possible, ideally guys, sana by February 15 na submit nyo na, no? Kasi kung February 15, kung masubmit nyo na, we submit it immediately to OULC. Within a week's time, February 22 up to 26, yung yon, pwede na magsimula, no? Pwede nang magre-reply na sila, okay. And then immediately the first week of the opening of the term, pwede na kayo magsimula, no? All right. So late submission, anong ibig sabihin ng late submission? Late submission guys, kunyari umabot na ng third week. Wait. Non-submission will result in deferment. Sorry, naalala mo kung ano, nakalimutan ko to yung sa OJT, hanggang kailan na nila dapat isasubmit yung documents? Third week ba? Tama, third week, ano?
Oo.
Dapat by the third week, guys, may company na kayo, no? Kasi kung lumampas na ng third week,
ang cut-off natin.
Third week. Can ship to RA. I-clarify na lang natin. Guys, i-aalon namin to i-clarify lang namin to. We will post an announcement yung deadlines, no? Kasi yung iba dito TBA pa nga no? So we will just we will confer about this and then ipo-post namin dun sa natin sa Facebook para clear lang tayo. Ang gustong sabihin dito, yung mga mag-reserve ang cut-off, no? Third week. So up to the third week, parang baliktad. Tama. Up to the third week, guys. Ito naman, ito naman para dun sa mga nag-research assistantship, no? Pag research assistantship ka, tapos gusto mong maging hindi. OJT to, sorry, OJT. OJT, pwede ka mag-shift to research assistantship up to the third week. Beyond that, guys, hindi ka na pwedeng kunyari hindi ka nakakuha ng company, tapos nahirapan ka, first week, wala pa rin, second week. Hanggang third week yan, ang beginning of the term. Nag-decide ka, sige, lipat na lang ako. Third week, you inform the department, you inform your advisor that you're going to shift to RA, research assistantship, kasi nahihirapan ko dun sa OJT. Up to the third week lang yun. Okay? Clear yun, guys? Yung RA to OJT, yun ang mas mahirap, no? We will not encourage that kasi malilate na kayo, no? Kunyari, nagsimula na yung term, tapos RA kayo, second week RA pa rin kayo, tapos gusto nyong third week gusto nyong mag-shift na to OJT from RA, that will not be allowed. So as much as possible, you make up your mind already kung ano ba talaga gusto nyo, kung RA o OJT. Okay? And then last ito, read each document carefully. Okay, tapos, so dalawang folder ang nasa G Drive. Yung isang folder, yung FMD requirements, yung isang folder, OULC. Sa FMD, guys, yung file names, okay, kailangan ganito yung ano yung filing, ha? Na, may number tapos, ito yung pangalan, acceptance letter from company, family first company name, PDF to, ha? Parent certification of permission / waiver, last name, first name, PDF. Student information, ganun din, family name, first name. AAF, family, and first. So may numbered siya. Numbered siya para madali makita. No? Tapos, this should be placed in the department requirements na folder. Yung isang folder naman, ito din, ito may pangalan. So please follow the template name for naming your file. Okay, kung pwede, pakisunod ng gusto. No? Okay, important dates. Ito tentative pa lang to, no? Ito yung sabi ko kanina, ideally, masubmit yung initial documents para sa OULC. Soft deadline. So February 3 ngayon, if you can do this in 2 weeks time, February 15, so much the better kasi sabi nga natin, it takes OULC 8 days in order to approve the application. So kung February 15, sabihin natin 2 weeks. By next week, guys, last week ng February, ready na kayo. At least beginning of the term yun. Practicum workshop, ngayon to, February 3. Advisor assignments by February 26. Sir Ed and I will be informing you already of your advisors. Then deadline of initial documents for the department by February 26. No? Hopefully before the beginning of the term, masubmit nyo na itong initial documents. Ano yung laman ng initial documents? Yung certificate of acceptance, tapos yung waiver, tapos yung student information, tapos yung yung EAF. Ang magtatagal na lang naman dyan, either yung EAF kasi ang alam ko hindi niyo kagad nakukuha yun. I'm not sure, no? Tapos yung yung certification of acceptance ng company. Okay? And then we'll siguro either i-maintain na lang natin yung Facebook natin or siguro mas maganda kung si Sir Ed will be creating his own Practicum 1 Facebook group or he may ask one of you to do that. Ganun din sa Practicum 2 para separate, para talagang specific yung mga concerns. Okay, so there's another document which I want to show you. Itong implementing guidelines, no? Okay, implementing guidelines, we have one. This is for the OJT work from home. Medyo mahaba tong document na to, but we'll just briefly go through this, no? Ito yung parang sabi nating Bible natin, no? Kung ano yung mga do's and don'ts natin sa practicum. Okay, so na-explain na namin yung iba dito. Mga do's and don'ts lang to. Benefits nito, bakit nag-OJT from home tayo? May benefit para sa HTE, may benefit para sa student, may benefit para sa university. Okay? Ano ba yung mga learning goals dito? Okay? Kasi di ba required sa inyo na magsasubmit kayo at the end of your OJT, magsasubmit kayo ng report, no? And then mag-ano kayo ng parang reaction paper din. So that's required. So dun sa learning goals, may learning goals kasi tayo dun sa o nga pala, mamaya i-discuss din pala dito yun. Ano ba yung unique contribution ng HTE to the business world? So you talk about the HTE. Paano nakakatulong si HTE dun sa business world? Tapos, ano ba yung role or importance of training na to sa university, to the HTE, and the industry in which it operates. So describe her role or the importance of this training. Ano yung importance ng training na to sa university, sa HTE, at saka sa industry. So another learning goal is that dapat makapag-demonstrate ka ng necessary skills, work achievement, technical interpersonal skills, etc. Tapos ito yung sinasabi ko, kailangan may final OJT report kayo na isasubmit ko dun sa advisor nyo. Tapos may grade yun, ha? That will be one basis for your grade sa OJT. Okay? Ano yung mga responsibilities nyo? Okay? Hindi na natin kukunin isa-isa to, no? Kasi mahaba ito, guys. 17 or 18 pages yata to. I'm sure I don't want to bore you with so many things. Ang i-request na lang natin na kung sakali may mga specific na ano dito, yung ano dito guys, kung mayroong mga grammatical lapse o may mga medyo may ano, pakisabi na lang sa amin ano para ma-correct din namin. We must admit that although we combed through this, syempre may mga ano pa rin yan, baka may mga na-miss pa rin kami dun sa pag-check namin. So example, ano ba yung pinaka-rule nyo? Okay, yung schedule, kailangan diligent kayo sa pagsunod nun. So kunyari, ang agreement with the HTE, 8 to 12, example lang. Then, 8 o'clock, dapat, kung paano kayo i-ask to report, I don't know kung via, or I don't know what will be the mechanism by which the company will ask you to report. Then, please be on time. No? Diligence, at saka yung discipline, at saka kasi pinapakita natin yung Lasallian values natin dito. I-complete yung mga requirements, no? As required by the supervisor. Okay? Tapos, communicate with the supervisor. Kung meron daw instances ng mga students, i-assign to different supervisors based on specific task. May possibility na ganun. Na pwede kang i-assign sa ibang task siguro of another department, no? Should the company not practice this, the student trainees should take a proactive role. Okay, ano to? Kunyari, nagsimula ka ng first week, tapos second week wala pang pinapagawa sa iyo. May problema 'yon, no? Kung hindi sinasabi ko ano yung specific task mo, then magsabi ka na sa advisor mo. And the advisor will be the one to communicate with the coordinator ng HTE. Okay? So sabi, you should take a proactive role in asking questions from the supervisor. Magsabi ka muna sa supervisor na wala pang binibigay sa'yo. Kasi baka magka-problema ka dun sa pagbilang ng number of hours. Communicate with the supervisor and request for work assigned. If the supervisor is not able to respond to this, the student shall refer the same to the faculty advisor. So magsusumbong ka na yan sa faculty advisor para si faculty advisor yung role niya na makipag-usap ngayon sa supervisor ng HTE. Okay? Meet the required hours. Okay? O nga pala, kailangan may report kayo, 50-hour reports. So after every 50 hours, meron kayong gagawin na report. Report kung ano nangyari. So ibibigay niyan, you'll give a copy to the supervisor, tapos ibibigay niyo yung copy niyan sa advisor niyo. Okay, yung advisor niyo, grade-gradean kayo kung on time kayo magbigay ng mga reports niyan. Okay, and then coordinate with the coordinator, submit the documents, okay? Observe Lasallian values. Okay. Okay, please maintain a duplicate copy of all the documents, no? May copy dapat kayo yan para in the event na medyo nagka-problema, kunyari may nawala, madali kayong hingian ng copy. Maintain a high standard of conduct, okay? Demonstrate positive attitude towards work. Okay, it's not so much the skills that you can put forward. Importante din yung yung attitude. Mas problematic to nung face to face. So work from home, hindi mo siya masyado kasi hindi naman nagkikita talaga kasi iba yung pag nakikita kasi yung galaw mo, it tells a lot about you. Pag virtual naman, hindi naman nakikita. Okay, so ito naman yung role ng HTE. I will not hindi ko na aanin sa inyo to, no? But if you want to take a look at that, pwede nyo ring tingnan, no? Ito yung role namin ni Sir Ed, no? Maintain a close working relationship with management and the training supervisors. So ito yung mga work namin, then pwede nyo kaming sitahin pag hindi namin ginagawa to. and then yung faculty advisor. Yung documentary requirements, guys, na-discuss ko na to. No? So mas kumpleto yon sa discussion natin. Ito yung Student Memorandum Agreement, Internship Plan, Institutional MOA. Okay, placement. Student placement in a training is primarily the responsibility of the student. Kayo maghahanap niyan, guys. Ha? Of course, pag medyo na-build up na natin yung mga HTEs natin na tumatanggap ng work from home, we will be able to give a list. As of now, guys, kasi sabi ko nga, first time natin gagawin to, we don't have a list yet of companies that accept work from home modality. Kasi first time natin gagawin. Okay, so I hope you understand. Okay, student engagement. Yung sinasabi dito, dapat financial services, no? Or pwedeng multinational or publicly listed company. Pag listed sa SEC, okay lang. Pero, dapat, kunyari, ano siya, either services or manufacturing or industrial. Pag ganun yung company, guys, pwede yun for as long as dapat nasa finance department kayo. Dapat dun kayo ma-assign. Kung hindi doon, guys, hindi natin papayagan. Okay? So it can be a financial services organization or it can be a non-financial pero multinational dapat siya at saka publicly listed. Ito lang ang papayagan natin na non-financial yung organization na yun. Okay. Tapos any change arising from the transfer. Okay. Paano kung may nangyari, no? Through no fault of your own, sabihin natin, hindi ka na pwede dun sa OJT training with HE is temporary lang, no? Up to the duration of the term. The student is to complete the training with the HTE up to the required hours, 200 or 300. Any change arising from the transfer to HTE should have the approval of the Practicum coordinator or faculty advisor. Kunyari, may nangyari, tapos hindi ka na pwede magtuloy for whatever reason, then kailangan i-inform mo yung faculty advisor, inform mo yung Practicum coordinator para mapag-usapan natin kung anong gagawin. No? Kasi, guys, take note, kayo makaka-experience ng mag-process, mag-fill up ng documents, mag-process, tapos, syempre, ibabato nyo sa amin, ipapaprocess namin, tapos ibabalik namin sa inyo yung approval. No? And you know how difficult it will be in order to process documents like that. So pag magka-transfer ka pa ng HTE, baka mahirapan ka na. No? So please, unless na talagang it becomes unbearable, kunyari, may case ng discrimination o may sexual harassment na issue, ayun, hindi natin pwedeng ipatuloy yun. Then we will have to ask you to stop. And then pag-uusapan natin kung paano mo itutuloy yung mo. Kasi hindi mo naman fault yun. Victim ka doon in that case. No? Okay? Attendance, guys, please make sure that you attend on time yung nyo, yung pag-attend nyo dun sa OJT nyo. No? It is a reflection of professionalism related to the training. Allowed ka lang na mag-absent twice, no? Sa OJT mo. Pero imo-monitor ng faculty advisor mo to, no? OJT, assuming na 8 hours ka, so that's 16 hours of training. No? Pag guys, kung kung makaka-affect din sa grade niyan, no? Kung nag-absent ka, nag-awol ka, especially kung hindi ka nagpaalam. If ever, guys, ask permission in advance. Kunyari, nagtithesis ka, tapos defense. Alam nga namang i-miss mo yung defense for your OJT, di ba? Mas importante siyempre yung defense. But you will have to inform your supervisor in advance para maintindihan naman nila yon. Siyempre, hindi ka naman full employed talaga dun sa company. Okay, tapos please, yung absence or tardiness, we value that highly kasi attitudinal yan. No? Okay, render 200 hours or 300, alam na natin yan. Okay, should be within the term of enrollment of the course. So, sabi ko nga kanina, yung pagbilang ng 200, kung nagsimula ka kunyari next week ng OJT, hindi pa mabibilang yon kasi it's still outside the term of enrollment. officially ang term of enrollment nyo for second term is March 1 up, no? Any practicum hours rendered prior to the start of the trimester shall not be counted, no, as part of the required hours. In general, guys, hindi pwede mag-OT, mag-overtime. Okay? Any training or working hours rendered by the student beyond the normal work schedule should be accompanied by a formal request by the HT supervisor. Kunyari may kailangan gawin. Siyempre magandang simulation din yan ng actual na work experience na minsan kailangan papaanuin pa ng extra 1 hour, etc. So, kailangan may formal request siya ng HT supervisor dun sa faculty advisor. Okay? In instances where the student will opt to render overtime, the following must be accomplished. Written request by the student stating the reason for rendering services. Kunyari may hinahabol kayo ng hours, okay? Susulat kayo, tapos kailangan may waiver din yung parent na ina-allow nila na mag-render ka ng OTRs. Nasasabihin natin dun sa faculty advisor. Okay. Extension of OJT beyond the required number of hours. 300 hours ka na. Gusto mo pang magpatuloy. Nasa sayo na yun, no? Beyond the required hours, 200 or 300. Kasi yun lang naman yung contract. Personal choice, personal decision mo na yan. So wala nang responsibility yung university dyan. No? As a university policy, the student is required to render services based on the number of hours in the agreement. He may not be allowed to render services upon completion. Okay? So, siyempre, wala na naman kaming habol kung itutuloy mo yan, di ba? So, for practical intents and purposes, wala nang habol yung university kung you so decide on your own to continue the OJT. That's a personal decision. But anything that could happen beyond that, hindi na control ng ng university. For practicum that involves an extended time period, kailangan masabihan yung chairperson at saka practicum coordinator. Okay. Termination of the contract. So, importante din to. Any party involved in the contract may terminate the contract. Okay. So, pwede yung student, pwede yung HTE. Okay. For the student training, termination shall only take effect after he or she has completed the OJT. Okay. Ang termination, ibig sabihin, tapos na, no? So, isang case ng termination, tapos na yung 200 or 300 hours. So, automatically yun, tapos na. Terminated na yun. A student who opts not to finish the OJT or requests to transfer to another HTE due to reasons acceptable to FMD, kunyari, SH, discrimination, shall seek assistance from the supervisor. Ito, pag-uusapan to, no? Kunyari, may ganyang cases. Kasi okay lang sana kung first week, no? O second week, nagkaroon ng ganyang issue. So, manageable pa yun kasi pwede pa tayo mag-process to another HTE. Pero paano kung 7th week na kunyari, nangyari yon 8th week? So, may problem tayo dyan kasi paano ka ta-transfer ngayon sa another HTE? Diba? Kasi kulang na yung oras. So, we will have to discuss that on a case-to-case basis. Pero sana wala naman mangyari. Kahit naman ng face-to-face, madalang naman nangyayari to. Wala, to my knowledge, guys, I haven't seen I haven't known of a case na nagkaroon ng, unless Sir Ed ba, nagkaroon ba ng discrimination case dati? Sir Ed? So far ako, wala akong experience na ganito. So, lalo naman kung work from home, 100% work from home, lalong malabo guys na magkaroon ng ganyang klaseng issue. Okay? A student who opts not to finish the OJT or requests to transfer to another HTE due to reasons acceptable to termination, ito-terminate na natin dun sa HTE. Then we with the faculty advisor and the practicum coordinator, we'll have to, and we'll have to talk about this, how we can come up with a viable solution to this, no? Kasi aalis ka na nga dun sa isa, anong gagawin natin? Kasi ang pwedeng option dyan, punta kasi isang HTE. Pero depende nga sa timing ng pangyayaring to. Okay? But I hope nothing of this sort happens. Okay, the same shall notify the HTE for the discontinuance or early term. Siyempre, i-inform natin yung HTE about this. The faculty advisor can terminate the contract in consultation with the student and the chairperson regarding the case of the student. If he or she finds it necessary to terminate the contract, he shall communicate with the HTO supervisor of the decision. Siyempre, may due process din naman. I-communicate to sa HTO. The student may request to discontinue. Ito naman, from the students, siya yung mismo may gusto nito. If there are irreconcilable differences, or if the student believes that he or she is in danger. In both instances, the advisor should be notified immediately, and an attempt at resolution should be made to enable the HTE to find a replacement for the student trained as needed. So, ita-terminate yung contract with the student, no? Kunyari may irreconcilable differences. Wala naman nangyaring, hindi naman to issue ng case hindi naman issue to ng sexual harassment or discrimination. Talagang siguro si student, hindi lang talagang maano yung supervisor, hindi sila magkaintindihan. So amicably, sige, ayoko na dito kasi kasi hindi ko makasundo yung supervisor, no? Siguro ang gagawin muna ng faculty advisor, I'm just guessing, try to patch up things, no? Kasi in the real world talaga nagkakaroon ng mga ganyan na conflict. So hopefully ma-resolve to for the best interest of both parties. Okay, so magpo-provide si student ng resignation letter para, kasi may contract yan guys, di ba, 200, 300, para hindi din naman habulin si estudyante na dun sa, kunyari naka 100 ka lang, sasabihin ng HT, tinan mo, pinayagan ka namin mag-OJT, pero dapat 200, 100 lang ginawa mo, kakasuhan ka namin. No? Ayan. So kailangan may resignation letter ipapadala dun sa HTE. Si HTE supervisor din pwede i-terminate yung contract, na? Sasabihin niya kung anong reason. Kunyari, ilang beses nang hindi sumusulpot yung student. Iba na yon, no? Kunyari, conduct unbecoming, etc. Whatever, no? Kung ano man yung reason ng HTE. Kunyari, may mga violations sa policies nila, procedures, etc. The HTE can also terminate the contract for just cause. Okay? So deadlines, guys, diniscusan natin to, yung deadlines ng documentation. Okay? So I won't go there kasi na-discussan natin to. You can just review this. Okay, ito. Shift to another practicum mode. Di ba, dalawa yung natin, yung practicum, either RA ka, research assistant, or OJT. Aside from OJT with an HTE, FMD allows students to do research assistantship. A student who encounters difficulties with the OJT practicum with an HTE due to reasons such as documentation procedures and others may shift to RA, no? Only up to the 3rd week of the term. No shifts will be allowed after this point. So, importante guys, nakikita ko almost 100% kayo OJT from home. Simulan nyo na pagkatapos ng usapan natin, bukas you already start working on that, no? Okay, failure in the course. May failing course ba dito? Yes. Kailan nangyayari to? A failure to abide by the policies, regulations. Okay? Tapos, inability to complete. Hindi mo na complete yung 200 hours, tapos na yung term. Wala na. Masisiro ka dito, no? Dismissal for OJT, from OJT for just cause, and cannot find the company to continue the training within the trimester. Okay, in this case, the student is required to re-enroll. I-re-enroll mo to next term. Mag-fail ka kasi. An overall rating from HTE supervisor and the policy advisor below passing. Kunyari, kinumpit yung grade mo kasi may weight yung grade ni HTE supervisor, may weight din yung grade ni na faculty advisor. Hindi umabot ng 70. Due to reasons like negative attitude towards the training, hindi ka uma-attend, frequent absenteeism and tardiness, possible yan na malalaman kasi ng faculty advisor, no? Malalaman yan kasi mag-uusap yun si supervisor at saka si advisor, faculty advisor. So magbibigay ng feedback si HTE supervisor. Okay? Proper decorum, you know this guys, please abide by the rules, policies of HTE, during the training. Be professional and business-like in your countenance, in your behavior. Okay? You are expected to behave like an employee kahit na OJT ka doon. No? Apply and follow proper decorum. Always be respectful, no, to the HTE supervisors. In case of problems or issues related to OJT, please immediately contact yung either yung coordinator mo or yung advisor mo. Okay? Huwag mo ikikimkim, huwag mo itatago yung problems, like for example discrimination, no? Okay, we don't allow that. Hindi natin ina-allow na yung mga OJT natin i-discriminate against, whether in terms of age, physical disability, civil status, religion, sexual orientation. We will not allow that. No? Sexual harassment din, hindi natin papayagan na hinaharas yung mga student natin. So in cases like this, paki-report kagad kasi ang pag-just naman yan, talagang tatanggalin natin kayo dun sa sa company na yan. Are HTEs required to pay a student for practicum? Okay. Ito na. Nakalagay dun sa institutional MOA natin, kung pwede, no? May parang compensation, may allowance. Kaso, we know that at this time, and even kahit yung face-to-face, may mga talaga na hindi nagbibigay ng compensation, hindi nagbibigay ng allowance. May mga institutions na nagbibigay ng allowance. Kaya nga minsan yung iba, gustong-gusto dun sa ano na yun. Sino ba naman ang hindi, di ba? Para ka na nag-work nun kasi you do your OJT tapos you're being paid. While in other institutions, hindi nagbibigay ng remuneration. Now, ang ano ko guys, although it may be good to seek an institution, especially magandang institution na magbibigay ng allowance, don't feel bad guys kung yung institution na yun hindi nagbibigay ng allowance kasi ang pinaka-objective nyo dyan is the training itself. Usually malalaking banks hindi nagbibigay ng allowance yan. May mga ibang finance, alam ko may mga ibang finance companies, hindi ko na sasabihin na nagbibigay ng allowance. But I hope guys that should not be your main purpose while you're looking for that OJT HTE, no? The utmost goal of the student is to look for an HTE that provides valuable inputs and training program. Can a student do practicum as part of faculty research? Yes, ito yung RA natin. Ito yung RA. So, iba yung ano doon, merong implementing rules and guidelines kasi almost all naman kayo OJT. Then yung sa research assistantship, I just saw one a while ago. Siguro kahit kausapin ko na lang yung in person yung taong yun. We will not bother you with the details about research assistantship, but it's available for your perusal. No? It's there in the folder. You can open it and look at the requirements. 30 journal articles, 30 analysis of articles. Yun ang gagawin ng research assistantship. Can a student conduct a practicum in any company or department which will accept him as a trainee? Okay. Based on requirements, dapat na nakaano sa ano natin, financial institution or multinational corporation or publicly listed. Pero dapat, kung multinational na hindi finance, dapat sa finance kayo ipapadala. No? Okay, so last guys, ito na lang, necessary competencies. So, in general guys, KSA, importante itong KSA. Kailangan yung knowledge, kailangan yung skills, so work achievement, technical, but over and above all this guys is values. Ito yung pinaka-importante. No? Ito, yung knowledge, malalaman to eh. Yung skills, matututunan yan. Communication skills, kung hindi kayo magaling sa English, pagsulat, you can be trained. You can train yourself. You can practice. Makukuha yan. Pero ito guys, ito yung nakukuha natin, napupulot natin, ito yung mga values from birth, from as we go up. Kaya kunyari yung honesty, no? Professionalism. These are things that will matter. Ito yung magkakatapult really for you to succeed later on in life. Over and above yung KS, yung knowledge and skills. Ito ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. So just by way of reminder, guys, take note na ano na even as you have your OJT on a work from home basis, just think about this also. Tactfulness pag sumagot kayo sa supervisor. Okay, independence, yung hindi kailangan na every step nyo tuturuan kayo ng supervisor, no? May mga ano ko na advice dati na grabe mga comment ng supervisor sa kanila. Ibigay mo lang ng ganyan tapos sila na bahala, nakakapag-generate sila ng output. Nagugulat nga yung supervisor eh. So yun yung tinatawag natin na independence at saka yung flexibility, teamwork, etc. No? So please be guided by these principles. Okay, so I think Sir Ed and I have talked enough. Okay, we will end here. Kung may mga questions kayo, guys, please feel free. Okay, so gusto lang namin ma-confirm sa inyo kung nakatulong ba tong orientation na to. Paki-chat na lang, guys, kung yes or no. Dali, tatanungin ko muna, was the orientation, paki-chat dito, no? Was the orientation, huwag muna mag-yes, ha? Sandali lang. Bibilis. Para alam natin yung context, yan. Was the orientation helpful? Yan, sige, yan. Thank you, thank you. Yung mag-no dyan, babagsak, ha? Joke lang. Okay, thank you, thank you. For further questions, guys, siyempre, isang meeting, hindi lang naman natin kagad yan. Please, yung PowerPoint pala, ipopost ko rin. Ando doon naman yung email ni Sir Ed at saka yung email ko. Okay? Alright. So, yes, Sir Ed, may sasabihin ka pa?
May add lang ako.
Sige, go, please.
Just to clarify, no, practicum coordinators, so tayo, Bob, no, process to request for the signature of the college dean. No, so,
yeah, hanggang OULC, pati OULC.
Oo, okay. So, ano lang yun, no, kasi baka magkamali ang students, no, so tayo magka-process, no. And yung processing for the signature, this will be done by batch.
Correct.
Kaya we need at least 2 weeks for the processing. So kasi magre-request tayo ng signature for Dean Sarial, tapos approval from OULC. So 2 weeks.
Kaya nga mas maganda, guys, kung kaya nga pag sinend nyo sa amin, hindi kaagad namin masasend yan sa OULC. Kasi ang dinirequire nila batch processing. So we will have to wait for others. Kaya siguro, pwede rin naman tayo sa Facebook group natin, mag-usap-usap na tayo, o sige, mag-submit na tayo ng ganito. Sabay-sabay, guys, mas maganda para iba-batch process natin. Kasi kung mag-iisa lang kayo, hindi natin kagad lahat sasabit yun kasi maghihintay muna tayo ng processing yan. Okay, anything more, Sir Ed?
Wala na.
Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions?
Sir?
Yes?
Regarding sa company, pwede po bang, di ba sir, pwedeng mag-apply for financial institutions, but pag hindi siya yung financial institutions na company, specifically dapat sa finance department lang.
Tapos dapat multinational or publicly listed. So pag hindi finance institution, may another layer of requirement is it should be a multinational company or a publicly listed. Tapos pag doon kayo mag-OJT, dapat sa finance department nila.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions, guys?
Ako po, sir.
Yes.
A clarification lang po dun sa
Sige.
previous question. What if kunyari, sir, merong ongoing, kunyari, sir, sa Coke, pwede kahit, MNC naman siya, public listed, pero finance related, okay lang.
Hindi finance related?
Oo. What if lang?
Ganon kasi yung napag-agreehan ng department. So I don't think we can't go against that, no? Kasi policy ng department. So i-clarify ko lang, guys, hindi kami ni Sir Ed yung nag-impose. This was agreed upon by the department, financial management department. So we will have to stick to the policy.
Alright,
So,
sir. Naman.
Financial institution, kung hindi financial institution, tama ka MMC or publicly listed, and Coke is both. Kaso hindi pa pwede sa kunyari, hindi pa pwede sa logistics. Kasi hindi naman tayo logistics Hindi yun ang training natin, di ba? Finance dapat yung
Or
yung
hindi pwede sa HR.
hindi pwede sa HR.
Sige po, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Clear?
Or sales.
Sales, hindi rin pa pwede, no? Any more questions, guys? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Stop ko na yung recording.